if someone was 4 in 2009, when were they 13?
Don't make me do math. Don't do that to me.
I'm not gonna do math either.
Don't do that to me.
Let's
man.
say they were 13 in 2016. Yes, welcome, folks. Welcome. This is the opening now. Welcome. Get down to the ground.
Get down.
Welcome once again to another exciting episode of Chilli Penguins. As always, I am Jobadiah Tannhaus, and with me.
Hello. This is Paisan the 7th here. How are we doing today?
Today we are living and grinding and keeping it up. Don't know what that means, but
I was about to say, but where did you get that from?
You know what? I have no idea.
It's one of those things, huh? One of those.
It's one of those things where you just saying thanks. Today, we're talking about this is one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. It's in my top 5.
Yeah, I can fully understand and believe that.
Undoubtedly, easily in my top 5.
And this comes from a man who doesn't even like sci-fi.
Yes, I've seen this movie. I don't know how many times, but I just love it.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
The movie is District 9.
Dun. 2009, I think.
2009. Ooh,
Yeah.
District 9 from 2009. We got a hyena up in here.
I'm mad that we never got a sequel.
I pissed as well. And the crazy thing is, every year there's always a one article about sequel might be happening, and then nothing happens.
Bruh, I used to read those. I gave up because I'm like, I don't want to just keep putting myself through this. Because I see those articles, I'm like, oh, maybe this is the... Nope. Just no.
Then there's rumors, but nothing happens.
Bro, it's been more than 10 years.
When was... Wait.
16 years to be exact.
It's been 16 years.
Yeah.
The prawns have to come back after 16 years.
The pros are supposed to come back after 3 years.
Bruh.
Yeah, he said he'll be back in 3 years.
Yeah, they're supposed to be back in 3 years. Who can nigga with some things, and then he got back to normal. They lied.
It's been 16, bro.
They bamboozled him. Wonder what he's up to right now. He gave up.
Do you think there was like new laws to protect the prawns?
Well, considering how things turned out, most people probably hated prawns even more.
Yeah.
And so maybe things got tighter and tougher and more extreme for the prawns, and he got caught in those crossfires.
They're just trying to live, man. They're just trying to live. I feel like this film has very different connotations in like today's age. If you think about like the theme of it, like, you know, the prawns are like these aliens who are here. Literal aliens, by the way, like actual aliens came in a spaceship. Just
actual extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial, like looks like a prawn. That hence the name prawn. They arrived. The spaceship crashed not in America, but above Johannesburg, and
California or New York.
Yeah, and they just got stuck there. But I'm just thinking, like, if you think of it like in like the obvious political commentary it had, like with like illegal aliens taking up space that belonged to like the citizens, being in the slums, being involved in crime, all of that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I feel like if that movie were to come out in today's day, there would be a lot more, commentary about it. There'd be a lot more, I feel like people would be on both sides. Maybe it might not be a popular one.
Okay.
Because some people might see it as like, you perpetuating the stereotype. Some people might see it as like, no, it's just art. There's definitely going to be like clashing of two sides.
But I like that though. I like that in movies. I feel like if an artist or a storyteller tells an honest story, there should be a conversation.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, it's nice to it's kind of cool, I guess, when everyone agrees on the movie or on the message. That's fine. But when people disagree, but also it depends why they're
Why?
disagreeing.
Yeah.
It's not if the movie is good, sure, the movie is awesome, but the message, we can disagree on that. But if people saying the movie is bad because I disagree, then it's like,
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people are not going to base their opinions on whether it's good or not. They'll be like, well, I don't agree with this message, so it's bad.
well, that's modern society for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can't win with modern society, man.
That's true.
I feel like they'd actually have to dumb down the script if they had to release it in today's day.
And it would be dumbed down, but also more. How do I say this? Not more lighthearted, but not as. You know when a movie is released and let's say it's based on true events.
Yeah.
And then you see something about there was some creative liberties taken because
Yes.
the actual events were too gruesome or too dark or too painful.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. It will be also like that where it's like, okay, we don't want it to make it too real. Let's make it a bit more lighthearted.
Because actual aliens is very real, apparently.
Yeah, like we don't want to see actual. We want to see aliens, but not real aliens because that would hurt our feelings. We want aliens, but don't make them actual aliens. Don't tell us that they're aliens because now we feel like they're aliens.
Yeah, we don't like the term aliens. Can you change the term?
Bruh, there was a celebrity. I don't know who said the term alien is offensive.
To whomst?
to
To
aliens.
whomst? Has he talked to one?
Yeah, and I was like, man, you're losing your mind. You're losing your mind.
Bruh.
Yeah, they were like, we should not use the term aliens because that term is offensive. We should use extraterrestrials. And obviously, people thought they meant, the term because it's used in racial connotations. And they were like, no,
okay.
it's racist towards aliens.
Wow.
To creatures that are not of Earth. And they were like, so you are losing your mind. We thought you were just.
It's like people were trying to put logic into what he was saying. And it's like, no. Remove that. This is what I'm saying. Don't twist my message.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But like they'll definitely have an issue with like the term prawns though.
Man, who cares? We need those movies now.
The ones where they don't care and they just like stick to their guns.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in recent years, I can't think of such, but that's probably a lot of movies that I like. Like people like Quentin Tarantino with Django, and who was criticized for using the N-word in the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, he made a movie from the 1800s. You think they didn't use the N-word that much in the 1800s?
Like you have to stay true to the time, bro.
You are insane.
Yeah.
That's bro.
Another thing why I was like upset that this film didn't get a sequel is because it had a 30 million budget and made over 200. I think made over 250 or something like that.
So it was clearly financial success.
So with a low budget, a financial success, why not give us a sequel?
I wonder why. What was happening in 2009?
I have no idea, bro.
Okay, who distributed this movie? Sony.
Was it Sony? Yeah, Sony.
Hey.
Yeah.
So Sony, what were you doing in 2009 that you didn't want to give this movie another chance?
Yeah, where did the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies come out?
Not 2009, no, 2014 or so. No, I'm lying. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I was in varsity.
Really? No, you weren't.
No, Varsity was
That was Deadpool, bro. That was years
the
after.
young boy.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, maybe first year, bro.
Nah, bruh. Ain't no way.
No.
Ain't
Okay,
no
hold
way.
on. Movies that were distributed by Sony in 2009.
The Amazing Spider-Man was
Angel-
the first one was 2012.
God damn. So yes, 2014, 2015 was the second one.
Yeah.
2012. The Amazing Spider-Man was 2012.
Yep.
2012.
That's the year.
Hold on, man. 2012. I was doing 10th grade.
Don't age yourself now.
Why didn't I watch this movie in 10th grade? Why?
I don't. You ask me questions I can't answer.
When did I watch The Amazing Spider-Man? 2012?
These are questions only you can answer, man. I can't help you with this. But I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. District 9.
Yes.
South African movie. Let's talk about the cast. I feel like a lot of it rested on how do you say his name? Sharlto Copley.
Shelton. Yeah.
I mean, most of it was on him, really. Then we had
Easily.
Vanessa Haywood, which was his wife or fiance at the time, I think. But like again, not much on her. We had Jason Cope who voiced Christopher, I think.
Christopher!
Yeah.
Oh, man, my boy, Christopher.
We had David James, Robert Hobbs, Marion Human. So was quite, and then we had a few other people that I recognized, but they didn't have like major roles.
Yeah, because we did have Kenneth Nkosi.
Kenneth Nkosi was there. Yeah. But I mean, majority of this movie quite literally rested on Sharlto Copley. That was he was like the main feature. Not the main feature, but like the main actor and main screen time, main presence. A lot of this film was just on his shoulder.
And he killed it.
Yeah. First time acting, by the way, as well.
This was easily his breakout role.
Yeah, I think it was his debut.
Also, I'm not even kidding. When I first watched this movie, because I watched it around the time it was released, I remember I watched it at my friend's place.
Yeah.
Back in, because of DVD play, remember DVDs, kids? I don't know if kids still know DVDs. We gotta have DVDs.
Bro, we had like a whole set. But yeah, continue.
Bruh. So I watched it at my friend's place in the rural areas, imagine.
Damn, okay.
And the DVDs, and the movie was playing, and it felt so real for me that
it looks real, it looks good, especially for the time.
And so I also didn't know that it was how am I gonna say this? I knew it was a movie, but it felt like real events that were made into a movie. That's what it felt like.
Oh,
that's what I thought as a kid.
Your tiny little brain was like, "Oh
yes.
my god, where are the aliens now?"
Yeah. So now, so when I saw Sharlto Copley, I'm thinking, this guy has the worst luck in the history of the world. And so I watched the movie, forgot about it, right?
Yeah.
No big deal. So a couple of years later, when I saw Sharlto in another film, that clicked, and I'm like, wait a minute.
He's alive?
In my mind, this is what my mind said. My mind didn't say, I've seen this guy in the movie before. My mind said, I've seen this guy before. And I remember seeing him because he was having a terrible life. But I'm like, where did I see him? Because I grew up in the township. I didn't see a lot of white folks, so it felt like I knew him.
You're like, I know this guy's life. I know the hardships he went through. Now who's in a movie?
And I'm like, where do I know this guy? And then obviously you look him up being like this. I'm like, holy crap! I remember as a kid I thought this man was real.
This nigga thought
So it was just for life. So then I watched the movie again and I'm like, yeah, this was this was excellent.
Yeah. No, brilliant movie. Brilliant movie. I don't know if this is true or not. But we're the same place where I read that it was his first role. Apparently, he like improvised most of his lines, and
That's fine.
and like the director just let it because it just added to the rawness and authenticity of like the performance.
Oh yeah.
And I think it worked, especially in the beginning because of like it's got this mockumentary style. I think
Yeah,
it
that's
just
why it
works
worked,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I also think because Neil Blomkamp is a sort of a more of a visual director,
Yeah.
he focused he focused his energy, seems like he focused his energy on how the movie would look and feel and visually and the details on that. So Shalto was like, don't worry, I got the acting part.
Got you.
Yes, don't go to worry about a thing. And then the improv, I mean, the fact that we can't tell where or when it was happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of gangster. And I saw the short film that it was based upon, and I was like, oh, that's pretty
Shit!
dope.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was based on a short film.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane to me that this movie qualifies as an adaptation because
Because based on a
based
short
on
film.
that he made.
Oh wow! So he adapted his own short film.
Bruh, that's gangster.
That's gangster right there.
Because I think he wanted to adapt a Halo game.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, and it didn't go well.
Somehow ended up being such an original film
Yeah.
and freaking amazing. The fact that this movie was nominated in the same category as Avatar is
For visuals, yeah.
will always blow my mind.
I mean, did you see it?
It's amazing.
No.
But the visuals also, they not too much, but they work for the story.
They work very well. I was watching it, rewatching it the other day, and I was like, for 209, the CG actually holds up.
Bro, it holds up, and it's insane because, there's these popular videos on YouTube where they're like, is CGI getting worse? And then they will show CGI
from like back in the day.
2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro,
Yeah,
what
agree.
happened?
I honestly agree. I don't know what's happening. Because now it's one of those things when now you watch something and you're like, that's clearly CGI. Back in those days, like you said, you were like, damn, this guy's going through such a hard time.
And the CGI, I feel like there's a level of, I don't know, one of the reasons. Obviously, budget-wise, you can say that budget, CGI artists not getting enough time to complete the project, all that. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But
too.
I also think there's a heavy reliance on the CGI instead of
practical
the story.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like if you look at a movie like District 9, where the message of the film and the narrative is at the front seat of the movie.
And you see that from the jump too.
Yes. And there's a video I saw where they were breaking down how the prawns were made, and it's so awesome because not only was the CGI good, but they knew how to use the CGI to hide the CGI.
Yes.
And yes, because if it was like too clear, then it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
But it's almost like if you know a lot about a thing, okay, if I can achieve this level, I can do this to make it seem like I've achieved this level because I know this thing a lot. And it's a great thing that they did with CGI here, where it's like, okay, obviously we don't have, as you say, 30 million budgets, we don't have a lot, but because we understand the levels and we understand the CGI itself, we know how to achieve what we want to achieve with the little
that we have. Yeah.
As opposed to modern day where they're like, nah, we throw CGI to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's necessarily not gonna solve your problems.
I agree, and it's like, especially with these scenes where it's like, now we're just watching like a CGI fight, and it's like all the attention is on the CGI and not on the story. Then it's more noticeable, and we're like, I don't like this,
bruh. That's insane. But here, we haven't given the people the IMDb description.
Oh damn. Yeah, we should probably do that.
But also, man, this movie came out in 2009. If you haven't seen District 9, shame on thee.
Maybe they were kids.
I just thought, huh?
Maybe they were kids.
Maybe they were kids.
You know, you do remember that 2009 was 16 years ago, right?
There's no way someone who's listening to our videos is less than 20 years old.
Yeah, but then that would mean they were 4 in 2009.
Yes, so they've had 16 years to watch the movie.
You know what? Sure, you got me there.
They could have watched it when they were 13.
You got me there.
If someone was 4 in 2009, when were they 13?
Don't make me do math. Don't do that to me.
I'm not gonna do math either.
Don't do that to me.
Let's
man.
say they were 13 in 2016.
Okay.
2016, you could buy DVD. You could rent the thing. Man, remember rental stores?
Oh yeah.
Man, shit. Bro. Anyway, hey.
Damn, going down memory lane.
This movie is revealing how old we are. And we talked about the Iron Giant, and it was like 90 something.
Yeah.
Crazy. According to IMDb, in a future Earth in which aliens are isolated in a remote ghetto, government agent finds himself banished there. Wow, this IMDb description gives no details, none whatsoever.
Nothing.
Awesome.
It gives you nothing.
It gives you what? It gives you nothing. I mean, it tells you what happened, but with no details at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So I think they crashed in the 90s? Because it says 20 years later, right?
Yeah, it's 1982.
1982.
Yeah.
Then
Ship.
then what time frame is the movie based in? Is it 2002?
The movie is based on the actual. I think it will be an actual. Not actual year, but maybe 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s though. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the aliens have it's quite uncommon to make an alien movie and not show the invasion.
Yeah.
And I love that.
But it's also like it wasn't really an invasion though.
Yeah, the ship just crashed.
Yeah.
And it was here. And that they needed a place to stay. But it's so awesome that we didn't see that, but we sort of saw the implications of that.
Yes. Another good way to, hey, this is not about the CGI, because that have to be like a whole CGI thing. It's about a story.
Yeah. And it's about, essentially, the story is about a guy, not the aliens.
Yeah.
The aliens, and obviously with the racial undertones in South Africa and apartheid and everything, it's obvious, and it's done in such a great way where you're like, oh, I get the message of the movie, but also I get the message of the real life experiences, but also I get the message of the movie.
Yes.
But sometimes in the movie world, a message would not make sense just because the writer wanted to push their own message.
Yeah.
So in the almost like the metaphorical sense of apartheid in South Africa and the black people being discriminated and everything and put into different areas. That's true. That's real. That happened. That message is we understand that.
Yeah. Same
But
thing with
also
the xenophobic message as well.
Yes, and the same thing with the aliens, where it's like, bro, if the aliens come here, people would be like, I don't want these aliens in my streets. I want them in their own area.
Yeah.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh no, they are dirty, they bring diseases. Now and because it's a movie, obviously it's gonna be, what is this? Exaggerated and heightened. It's like, oh, these aliens, they carry powers. It's like, bro, they're just living here.
They're just trying to survive, bro. They're just waiting out until they get back home.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, bro, this movie really makes, especially when Christopher's friend passes away.
Bro.
This movie, it hit me. It hits every time I watch it. And they bring him here when they're testing the gun, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's innocent. That's one of the scenes that stuck with me as a kid. Actually, have you seen Starship Troopers?
No.
It's one of the craziest. It's one of the craziest sci-fi movies of all. It's so insane. It's so over the top. It's like 90s sci-fi.
What's it about?
It's about, classic sci-fi plot. Humans, they find a planet. They want to colonize the planet, so they gotta kill the animals there.
Classic, yes.
Usual, yeah. So that's the movie essentially.
Yeah.
And obviously you have B story, romance, a little bit of that.
Of course.
Soldiers like, oh no, people are like, this is wrong, and some people are like, we're going there, we're gonna conquer. So they go to this planet, and I think it's a different planet. Let's say it's a different planet.
Uh-huh.
So because of that, they gotta test out what these aliens are capable of, right?
Yeah.
Do a little experiment. So in one scene, they bring out the alien, right, and then they bring out a cow, and they're trying to see how this alien is, how violent the alien is, and the cow is chilling there.
Oh
and the alien
yeah.
comes over and completely obliterates the cow. That made me feel so sad for the cow. As a
The
kid
cow
watching,
did nothing, bro.
yeah, and the filmmakers, they know that. They make sure that they give you they give you the close up of the cow. The cow is just chilling, and then the alien got, and you're like, oh my god, poor cow.
Damn. Okay.
That's the same feeling I had when Christopher's friend came out, and I'm,
Oh
hold on.
yeah.
They made him shoot Christopher's friend, right?
Made who shoot Christopher's friend?
Charlton's character.
I don't know.
Didn't they?
I don't know if it was his.
No.
But he ordered the guys in the chopper to come down.
No. Okay. There was a time when he was studying his transformation and he had and they were testing out the weapons.
Oh yes, that yeah.
And they brought out an alien. Was that Christopher's friend, or was Christopher's friend killed somewhere else?
Oh wait.
Or was that the plane, the attack guys?
You might have. I think they killed Christopher's friend
During the raid.
During the raid, and then that was just another guy, another innocent guy that they captured.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I remember there was someone else who died, who got shot.
Yeah.
During the raid.
Yeah.
Christopher ran away, and his friend stuck behind and got shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that was a different alien. Nonetheless, that was still painful.
It was still painful, man.
Yes.
It was still painful. Because I think in a way the guy wanted Christopher to get away, so he was like causing commotion outside.
Oh yeah.
That was how I got it.
Yeah.
But like, dude, we don't really understand what they're saying, kind of, at the beginning. But it's like you see the emotion, and when you start feeling for them, for the aliens, these bug-looking creatures, it's like, then you know the visual team did a good job. Because you look past the visuals and you start seeing the character within them.
Hold on. What do you mean you don't understand what they're saying?
No, I mean, when didn't they start translating like later on?
Oh, they didn't initially, because there was subtitles.
Yeah, but didn't they only do subtitles at some point? At first, they didn't do subtitles. Am I imagining that?
Why do I not remember seeing subtitles? Maybe they didn't, and then when we started getting more invested with, I gotta stop saying Charlton. What was his character's name?
What was his character's name again?
I don't know why I want to call him Neil.
I also want to call him Neil, but I don't think it was Neil.
Neil McBeal, the ABC.
Let me think. It was
Vikas.
Vikas, yes. Yeah, it was
Vikas van der Meer. That is such a South Afrikaans name. Oh my god. They made sure, bruh. They made sure. Kobus. I remember Kobus as well.
Yeah.
Terrible human being.
They made it such of an Afrikaans name.
Yes.
But
also I like how it's such a, I don't know, I like how the racial and xenophobic undertones were not at the forefront of the movie.
I wanted to say that earlier, like they weren't pushed down our throats.
Yeah, they weren't.
which I think was a
And
good thing.
it's like if this thing existed in this world, this is how people will react. But we still need a main character and a story for him to
Yes,
follow.
yes,
And
hundred
everything else
percent.
that we learn is around him. And also the mockumentary style kinda helped to
Oh
have
yeah, a
that sort
lot.
of to have that exposition, which if it was just a simple narrative film, it would have felt cheesy to have those exposition scenes of
Yeah.
people talking to the camera. But because it was a mockumentary, I was like, okay,
It
this
was
is
honestly a
something that happened.
yeah, it was a very good blend of genres, like using mockumentary in the first half and then like going to like the more natural sci-fi genre in the second half. I think that was a great blend.
Yeah,
Great blend of
yeah. Because
genres.
it gets to a point where that there are points where okay, this is a documentary. They are interviewing people. Yes. Okay, this is a movie where as the audience we are just seeing the actions of the character in the world.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where those lines are blurred,
Yes.
and now you don't know whether you're in the documentary side or you're just in the movie side. But it works beautifully.
Yeah. And I think that's also what adds to like you as a kid feeling like you actually know this guy.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just
'Cause
a guy doing his job, and then that because there was one point where like remember when he first opened the thing with the liquid and got infected.
Yeah.
It was like just cut the cameras, and then I think as a kid you're like, okay, now we're not, this is not for the TV portion of it. This is the him saying cut the cameras. I mean, it's such a simple line, but I think that whole sequence just kind of added to the realism of it.
Yes. Because there's moments where there is a camera guy for the documentary, but there's moments where it feels like there's a camera guy for the documentary, but when you look at it realistically, like there's no way there could be anyone recording this.
Yes,
But at that
yes.
point, it's too late because you're already invested.
You
in the
too
story.
deep. You in too deep at that
We
point.
don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care. And I also like how it was I don't know. I like stories where a person slowly transforms into another thing. I love those movies. I just be that.
Yeah.
And like movies like I remember The Fly messed me up.
Yeah. That film is. Yeah, I remember that film.
Because you know how some movies a person would be bitten by a wolf and then he turns
The
a
whole
werewolf, and that's
transformation.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the transformation is like one scene. But here it's like a gradual transformation.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's fire. But I'm trying to. Oh, remember Chronicle,
Yes.
where the guy he slowly gets stronger and
Stronger
stronger
and
until it becomes a villain.
Yeah.
But
I want to watch that again. Actually, I like that movie.
that's a fire, bruh.
I love
That's
that
a
movie.
fire movie.
Yeah.
That's a fire. Shout out to Josh Trank before Marvel did him dirty with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal director, bruh. I hope he comes back with a banger.
Hopefully. Nah, I love Chronicle.
Bruh, Chronicle.
Love
Yeah. Sorry. It's one of those things where you're like, money is not the reason a movie is successful.
Yes.
Not even close.
100% agree.
Because it was such a low budget film, but man, it's beloved.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we kind of already touched on it because I wanted to speak about the story structure, but we've kind of touched on it. I mean, the setup, it being the mockumentary style with like different news clips, different interviews where we see the social political landscape. These guys all these aliens being put in this literal slum area, like township, not even like the good like just being packed in this very tiny space, right? And then I think Act 2 is probably when the transformation starts, and then we sort of begin to follow that journey, and then it slowly becomes a bit more personal. We focus in on like how his life is changing, how things are changing, how now the oppressor is becoming the oppressed type of thing. I think that's a very good theme, eh?
Yes, that change of power.
That change of power, yeah. And then in the third act, then we get into like the action, the whole thing thing with Vickers and Christopher, focusing on like him not in a way not losing the humanity of it, but then it's like he wants to go back to being human, but then what's the cost? What does he do? I think that, like you said, I think they handled the whole transformation thing very well, because it wasn't just the one scene, and it wasn't just like a physical transformation, but it was like in his thinking, how he views the aliens as well. Like it was a whole mindset, and I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's so awesome as well because it's no for Vikas. How do you say this name?
Vickers, I think. Vickers, I think.
Vickers, when he's appointed by his pops, by the NMU,
Yeah.
NMU, to be the person who evicts the people, we can see that he has some prejudice against the aliens.
Yeah.
And
But we can also see, sorry to cut you off, we can also see it's like it's ignorant prejudice.
Yes.
Very ignorant prejudice.
And because of that, he doesn't really care. He mocks them. He like talks to them anyhow, and he's pretty much like mean and hurtful towards them.
Yeah.
But that is a character flaw that they're gonna use to say, oh, you're gonna slowly see this man go from being a bureaucratic asshole to being someone who values the aliens, to loving them, to respecting them,
To want to save
because
them. Yeah.
he's gonna be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I love how as the external events of the story of him, because the beginning of Act 2 is when you see his hand, like, oh crap, it's happening.
Yeah.
But before that, when almost like the inciting incident of him getting sprayed by the thing, and it's like, oh, I cut the cameras off. That's where it starts. So when that happens, the external events like, oh, he's slowly turning to an alien in the arm. You can also see him still highly mistrusting Christopher,
Yes.
and you can see he's still. It's like, bro, you are turning to this thing, but you still think that these people are beneath you.
Up beneath you. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I
And
think he calls him
slowly-
the alien with the name.
Yes. And even when he needs his help, he's still a bit prideful.
Yeah.
About it. So you're like, bro, this man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
To the point where the moment where Cobus wants to shoot the spaceship, and he shoots the car, and he saves the alien. So we went from a guy who wants to kick the aliens out because he hates them, to a guy who pretty much sacrifices himself
Yeah.
to save the aliens. And that's a great character arc. It's so subtle, but it's freaking amazing.
And I think we also have to like give a shout out to the script writing, because when they wrote Christopher's character, like, man, I think because obviously he's like smarter than we're led to believe that he's smarter than most of the other aliens, and when they were going to recover the thing with the fluid that the government took, and then that's when he saw that these humans are actually experimenting on his people.
Bruh.
And
a lot of that been doing.
Like they're being cut open, some of them are being killed. Excuse me. And that's when like this alien dude started showing, like, breaking down, like, what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
yeah.
Like Christopher almost I feel like the way two things. The way that these aliens are designed, it was so smart because their eyes are very expressive.
Yes.
Like they are so expressive.
Yeah.
But two, we see it's so simple because we see Christopher and his friend Paul, they're working on a thing, and Christopher has a kid, so immediately we empathize with someone who has a young one.
Yeah.
Such a simple tool, but it works every time. Show us someone with a baby, we like that person immediately.
This is true. Especially someone who looks like they care about their baby.
Yes, I mean obviously. Show us
yeah.
someone kicking the baby.
We don't trust you.
Yeah, we don't trust you. And so, to what you were saying, where because we see that this person is a person who cares, when Christopher sees what they are doing with the alien experimenting, it hits.
Yeah,
it hits him, but it only doesn't hit him, but it almost hits us because we're like, damn, because we already empathized and identified with him. So it's like, this is not right, man.
Yeah.
At the same time, obviously, along the film, we've always known that, okay, don't treat aliens like this. This is not fair.
Yeah.
And we know that they're treating them horribly. But when we see it from Christopher's eyes, it's a whole different
It's a whole different ball game. Yeah. Because, I mean, the whole agreement that they're working together is that they recapture the fluids that the government took. They go to the main ship. And then in the main ship, Christopher's going to help transform Vickers back into a human. But when he sees the lab and he sees what they're doing to him, he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to use the rest of the power and the fluids to go back home. Because I don't like what they're doing to my people.
Yes. And Christopher's like, you are also part of this government.
Yeah.
Who's doing this to my people? And now you want me to help you?
Like
that's so conflicting.
Yeah, but also what I like about Christopher is like, you know what, I'll still uphold our deal, but when I come back in 3 years. And then Vickers like, nah, not 3 years, I want it now. But the thing is, if he does it now, that means he doesn't get to go.
Yes.
Because he only has enough fluids for one trip.
I also love how, like, when we're talking about the deals and not have to do this movie, it has actual stakes.
Yeah.
And they're constantly being added and evolving. Because sometimes a movie would have just events happening for the sake of happening. But here it's like, no, there's actual threats.
These are
multiple threats.
Multiple threats. Like, it's got real stakes, no veggies, bro.
Yeah. Get out of here with that vegan shit. We don't want.
We don't want that.
Gluten, all of it.
Bro.
And so even the side of him, he has a wife, his pops is running the thing, and now he's gonna lose his marriage, not gonna see his kids. Everyone here stands losing something.
Yeah.
And I think that's another dimension.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, okay. But also what I like, if you flip the coin, Christopher becomes the hero of the alien race.
Yeah, he actually does.
In his story, this man went against all odds to retrieve the things so that he can save his race, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because he was just one of them aliens, but he was working really hard. Part of me wants Christopher's story. I'm not gonna lie.
I was thinking. I think it would be very cool to see these events from Christopher's side of things.
Yeah.
Because they've been searching. Apparently, they were searching for this thing for 20 years.
For 20 years, slowly building.
Had a kid along the way.
Just when things were about to pop, bruh. Just when things were about to pop, Paul dies. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's messed up.
If you think about it, Paul dying was like, in Christopher's life, that's the third act.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Because all the other events are like leading up to the climax of Christopher flying off. And like, oh, is he gonna make it or not? And then he enters the spaceship. So all the other things that have happened in this life, they must have been hectic.
Yeah. We entered Christopher's life within the third act, actually.
Yeah. And when we gotta go back.
Yeah, I want to know how I want to know how they got stuck in Johannesburg. That's what I want to know.
Bruh.
Who messed up? Where were they going?
But that's another thing with great movies. If they leave you with a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
and you talk about them 16 years later.
Give us a sequel, damn you.
Bruh. Neil, I don't know what they did to you in Hollywood, but you gotta come back.
Come back, man. What movie
Come
was
back.
it? What does he made after this?
He made Elysium,
Okay.
and he made Chappie.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Yeah. Oh, he was also in the Joe Rogan Experience like 3 years ago.
Okay.
But we need and the no, but shout out to we gotta give out shout out to Cobus's actor. That guy is so badass.
Yeah, he was. Hated him.
You could see,
but like that was the point.
Yes, he means business,
Yeah.
and he will stop at nothing.
Nothing.
Which is like, but at the same time, he was following orders. But you can see that these orders were fueling his hate.
Yeah, I think he was picked because he had that innate hatred already. So the orders for him were just made his life better.
Yeah, and it's almost like, the heartless man is the perfect man for this job because
Yeah.
he won't think twice.
This time it's the hateful man.
Yes. It reminds me of Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, who starts off as like, oh, he's a hero, he's a good guy. Well, I mean, they're all villains, but he is way more messed up because it's like, I'll stop at nothing for peace. It's like, bro, that's not peace.
Just shot someone in the head. I don't think that's peace.
That's not peaceful at all. That's the opposite of peace. That's
Yeah.
violence.
But bro, I think there's one. So I just remembered now in this film, like the whole time when they're working together, there was also that point where when Christopher told him that it's going to take 3 years, where Vic was like, nah, screw that, I'm locking you out. Got in the spaceship with the kid and left Christopher there. And I was like, that's the
Bruh.
humanity coming back. And I was like, dude, no, don't do this.
But yeah, that's the selfish.
That's the human
selfishness
nature
that-
relapsing.
Yeah, but it's also nice because it didn't come out of nowhere. It was still within his character.
Yes. It was at the point where we thought like, come on, you're better than this now. But I think that was good to have because like when met with the option of like saving people you don't know and saving yourself, he chose himself first because that was always his character. That was always who he was. And only when the stakes got really, really bad was he like, you know what? No, I'll save them.
Yes, I'll save them. But also you could see that. Not you could see, but it didn't make sense for him to, because he was already transformed. Because he thought, okay, we're gonna bam, 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 bam before I become fully a thing.
Yeah.
But towards the end, even him saw that, you know what?
This is.
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Me fighting is pointless. I have to help them
Yeah.
and hope that they come back.
I think
you
that's
gotta,
what he
like-
assumed.
How messed up is the ship if it took them 20 years to try to find parts? Not even save the ship, to find parts to
Bruh.
get to the ship.
Must have been very messed up.
And and you would think that the proud Americans would chime in with some parts. Nah. Americans are like, it let it into you. That's your problem.
That's
not
your
ours.
business, bro. Good luck with that.
Batman, if it let it in LA, they would have the technology before sunrise.
Of course. Of course. But nope, that's your problem. You deal with it. Good luck.
Good luck, South Africans. But you know what? I also love how I love the the sort of the beliefs and the mythology that existed around aliens.
Yeah.
As a South African, everything that they said, it was like people will 100% believe that.
Yeah. Well,
Like
yeah,
they were like,
yeah.
oh, the body parts help to cure diabetes. I'm like, yep, that's
That's
what,
what,
right there.
that's dumb because you know nothing about these things.
Yep.
But people will
Yes.
definitely believe that.
Yep. That's like, oh, the Nigerians are using this as multi. I'm like, yep, people would believe that too. That's. Oh, what the body parts are sold in the black market?
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you also have the alien gun technology. They didn't focus much on that, but it would have been cool to see more of what kind of badass guns and armor they have.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the whole thing. I think if we had a sequel, we'd see that because the government's whole thing was that they wanted to use the aliens to like get their technology and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which is insane. Because if you think about it, if the aliens landed here in 1982, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the darkest times in the country.
Yeah.
So in the dark times of the country, and then you get access to such amazing technology, you would be unstoppable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So the government wanted to be literally unstoppable because no one else has this type of technology in the world.
Yeah.
If the aliens were here, nowhere else.
I mean, it makes sense why they were like, yeah, no, they are in our country, so we'll deal with it. We'll keep you informed about like the majority stuff, but like the weapon stuff, I don't think they kept them informed.
Yeah, but also you can imagine like other stories of there could possibly be people smuggling the aliens out of the country
100%
elsewhere.
100%.
Bro, the potential of this world,
dude,
is insane.
Dude,
bro. I'm so surprised that they haven't done anything.
Like a trilogy easily could have come out from this.
Easily, bruh. Easily.
There was so much potential here.
Like, bruh. And it's been 16 years, and they've done terrible. But listen, we don't talk about the horrible sci-fi movies that come out.
I mean, when do we start?
There have been terrible sci-fi movies, but this, man,
this is good.
What did they call it? What do they call it? It's an untapped market.
Good sci-fi?
Yeah, no, the world of District 9.
Oh yeah.
They tapped it once and we're like, all right, we're good.
I'm not good.
And we're like, bro, there's way more. Come back. Come back, please.
Come back. Let's talk about this.
They played themselves.
They did. They really did.
You know what? Neil is still alive, and this was his baby. I'm unlike you. I haven't given up.
Nah, bruh. It's 16 years.
Yeah.
How long are they gonna keep singing the same song?
You know, man. As long as there's hope, I'm not gonna give up hope. I'm not, bro. I need it, bro. Listen, Bad Boys, they also released the sequel, the fourth Bad Boys, like 40 years later. So there are plenty of sequels that come out years later.
Yeah, but they already had a sequel to begin with.
Okay, to be fair, they did.
But like, are we supposed to wait?
Blade Runner.
Okay,
Blade Runner.
This is true.
Blade Runner came out in the 80s, and there was a badass Blade Runner by Denis. So hey.
You know what?
Maybe it won't be Neil. Listen, maybe it won't be Neil, but it will someone who's passionate, and then they will actually do it.
So how many more years do we wait? Another 16?
Okay, hold on. Let's see, when was the first Blade Runner?
It was in the 80s. Yeah.
Yes. And then the Blade Runner 2049 was 2017.
So
82 to 2017.
That's like 37.
That's like 37, 38 years.
Yeah.
And we're crying because of 16 years? Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Our generation has become impatient, and I am this generation, and I am impatient.
Come on. 16 years?
Yeah.
What is like one high schooler? Come on.
Don't count it like that.
What's one high schooler, man? Come on. We need 3 of those. If there's 3, then we can start crying.
I'll give it another 4 years. I think
4 years.
Yeah.
That's so little.
That's 20. That's 20 years. That's 20 years.
But think about 4 years from now. There's no script that is currently being written.
5.
So they must write a script,
now.
find financing, pre-production, produce, and release in the next 4 years. Come on.
Fine.
Okay, hold on. This is 2025.
Yeah.
So 5 years is 2030, right?
Yeah.
So let's say 2035. Another 10 years.
Bro.
Another 10 years. We won't be that old in 10 years, first of all.
Fine. Okay. Another 10 years.
Bro, in 10 years we'll be 38. That's so young. That's so young.
I'll wait.
Yeah. So in 2035, if there hasn't been a sequel, we will release an official statement to Neil and Sony Pictures expressing our
Discontent.
disappointment and discontent.
Yes. Like, we're not mad.
Till then,
We're just disappointed.
we thought you could do better.
Yeah. We believed in you.
Highly.
And I guess that was our mistake.
You know what? That's on us.
Yeah.
That's on us, and we won't give you that level of confidence ever again.
Yeah, clearly our confidence in you was misplaced.
It will be redirected elsewhere
Yes.
where it shall be beneficial. There's no second chance. There's no point in trying, and at this point it's too late.
Bro, we've had, this year, we would have had 3, I kid you not, 3 different Fantastic Four franchises.
Which is crazy to me.
It's crazy. Absolutely
One
crazy.
District 9 movie. 190 minutes. That's what we get. In 16 years, all we have is 190
Just
minutes.
one 90-minute film. That is insane.
Tisk.
Disappointment is real. The disappointment is real. Okay, my good sir. Give me your what is it? Last words? What do I call it?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I knew that.
God damn. Final thoughts on this movie is I find the story is exceptional.
Yeah.
And the message is exceptional. Those are my final thoughts.
I mean, I agree with those. I'd only say the script for me, that's for you to be able to write a documentary style turned into like a full-on sci-fi thing with so much heart.
Bruh.
No, dude, the script did the things for me. I'm very, very
And it
happy
got
about that.
nominated for Best Picture, same category as Avatar. Get out of here.
It was nominated for quite a bit. What did it win again? It won some stuff as well. Not in the. I think it won. Best.
It got
and other things.
It got nominated for also either sound design or sound mixing.
Probably, yeah, something like that. I know it's been nominated. Not even in other stuff as well. Even in Critics' Choice Awards, got nominated for something.
Yeah.
Maybe won something. I don't remember.
And there's only one in 16 years. I'm getting more mad now.
Yeah, right.
Ah! Yeah, but Teddy from Bob's Burgers, when he gets frustrated, it's like, Bobby! that's how I'm feeling right now.
No, you can't be blamed for that. You can't be blamed for that, bro.
Bruh.
No.
Folks, if you have not seen this right now, please check it out.
Do yourself a favor and check that out. Was Elysium good? I don't remember. I remember watching it, but like.
Was what?
Elysium, was it good?
Not as good as District 9, not even close.
Oh.
It was still entertaining sci-fi. Also has that dystopian vibe.
Yeah. Because I remember it, but like I don't remember it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it was alright.
So why did he make that instead of like District 10?
Man, I have no idea.
I want to know, you know.
I hope he comes back.
Yeah,
But
he's
other
got to
than
come
that,
back, man. All right, that's it from us for the day.
folks, stay classic out there. Let us know what you thought of this one night.
And we shall catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
Catch you on the flip side. All right.
All right.